Hello and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today we're playing Farming Simulator 25 and we're going to be testing out the rollers against each other in this game. So this is a fun one because there are only 2 rollers in the game, and it's funny too because they're not even close. This one is significantly smaller, but it's ironically also the one that I pretty much always use even after I tried this one, and this one is very large. Funny thing about that is this roller is actually comparable in size to some of the larger rollers and cultipactors, at least as far as working width goes, that I've seen in real life. So obviously I know larger ones than this exist, but I haven't actually ever seen any, again, like I said, regarding total working width that are larger than this used in real life. And this one over here is larger than anything I've ever seen used in real life. Because this is, typically when I've seen rollers of this style used in, recent years, I've seen quite a few used where it's like a single width like this, where it's a couple feet over either side of a regular working tractor. I've seen a lot like that. They usually don't have a hitch like this. They have a big working arm over top and a hydraulic lift so they can go up and down. And I've seen some where it's maybe twice that wide, but this is huge. So we're going to be comparing them to each other. We're going to be doing it one at a time. I'm filming this right after I did my one testing the biggest seeder against the smallest seeder. And so we're going to be cultipacking those fields now because we have to roll them to get our maximum yield for this field after it's, been fertilized and all that jazz. So we'll start with the small one. We'll time that and then we'll go to the large one. Before we do that though, I'll just show you what we're working with today. So our smaller one is the Väderstad Rexius 1230. It requires 120 horsepower to use and has a working width of 12.3 meters, so that's quite wide, and you can use it at up to 7 miles per hour. Our second one, the big one, is the Brandt LandRoller 591A. That has a working width of 27.7 meters and requires 275 horsepower to use. So it has over twice the working width on this one. So it's very, very large, and obviously the horsepower is much higher. For the tractors, normally I try to match it as close as possible, and I was able to do that with the smaller one because there's a tractor that was exactly 120 horsepower, so I did that, but then I found out there wasn't one that was exactly 275 horsepower, and the closest I could get to that was this McCormick, which has 286 horsepower, and so that's why for the Massey Ferguson I upgraded to 130. So both of the tractors we're using have about 10 more horsepower than what is required for each of these rollers. So with all that being said, we're going to dive on into it. We'll start her off with this. I will, of course, be playing the game in 20 times speed using a macro, so that will make it so it doesn't take me all day to record this video. And at the end of each field, I will show the time that it took to do both of them. And we'll be using AI, so it's as consistent as possible. Oh, and lastly, the fields that we're testing on are these 2 fields here. They're the same size, and they're both rectangles, a very uniform shape. So it's as close to the exact same field as possible without being the exact same field. So now with all that being said, I should have given you all the information you need. Let's just get down to it and start the test with the small tractor and the small roller. Alright, so that didn't take very long at all, but, you know, it is a pretty wide working with. When you're rolling, it just doesn't take very long. So, like I said, there's a lot of reasons why I personally like this small roller better in the game, but I find that it goes fast enough, even on great big fields like this, that just did not take that long, especially considering it's an easy step for AI to do. They pretty much always do a great job on it, so I'm almost never doing it personally. The small one just handles so much better than the big one. So, anyway, that is our first one that we've got tested, so now let's just run the second one and see how that one does in comparison. And there we go, finished her up with the big one. And of course, I'd say that we saved some time on that. I mean, I won't know until I'm editing exactly how much it was, because, you know, I was only watching, I wasn't timing or anything like that. But obviously, it's significantly quicker. So, that is the entire test. Like I said, whenever you're doing anything, so these are nice big square fields, there's nothing in the way, so you can, if you've got the horsepower for it, you can use this big wide working with, and obviously it's great for that. But if you're going to do anything smaller, like some of these other smaller fields I've got here, or, you know, obviously, even these fields are quite a bit larger than some of these other fields and stuff, something like this would not be super practical for that. But that being said, either way works pretty fast, but now you know exactly what the difference is. So that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any requests, anything you'd like to see, whether that's the same rollers tested on a really tiny field to see how it works, or a really irregularly shaped field, or if you want to see some other equipment tested, let me know, and I'll give it a try, because obviously I've been playing this game a lot since it came out, and I'm going to continue playing it a lot for a while. So that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.